destinations at home and overseas. GetStar.com now.
That is where he will be tomorrow, Andre Rieu. He is performing on Sunrise, his only television performance, and then afterwards he's going to go next door and appear at the 7 store. So if you're a fan, come on down and meet him. My mum's even contemplating flying down from Queensland.
Oh,
she's
fantastic.
that keen. So there you go. The lovely Andre in the 7 store tomorrow. You can come and meet him. Barrett's won't be there, so you'll be safe. It's 20 minutes past 8 o'clock. Now, yesterday, you might remember, we met Rob Hall. Now, he's a landscape designer who was recently made redundant, and because he lives in rural Victoria, he's a little bit unsure what his best option is, career-wise.
Now, he's thinking about starting up his own business, and we told him about the federal government's new enterprise incentive scheme, or NEIS. Now, we'll keep tabs on Rob's progress, but in the meantime, we thought we'd take a closer look at the scheme and see who's eligible, because we were swamped with emails from people saying, hey, tell us about this scheme. So joining us are David Baumgarten from the Clearly Business Enterprise Centre and Adrian Swain from ecodesign and a graduate of the NEIS scheme. All right, David, hit it with us. What is the NEIS scheme? How does it work?
NEIS scheme is a program to help those that are unemployed to start a small business. And what they do, they come to us with a great idea. We assess it and say, I think this has got something we can work with. We then invite them to do a 6 to 8 week training course where we go through everything they need to know about small business. And they develop a business plan, and it's certificate for in small business management. So it's the good groundings of running a business. They then do the business plan, present it to a panel who are made up of business people from the community, and they assess it and say, yep, we think this has got something we can work with. They then go across to the Federal Department of Employment Workplace Relations, and they say, yep, no problems with this, and then they get income support for 12 months.
Which is the equivalent of the unemployment benefit.
Exactly right.
So your business might take off in 2 months, but you're still getting the equivalent of the unemployment benefit for the first year of the business.
Yes.
Cash coming in the door.
It's bread and butter. It's to put the bread and butter on the table.
So is everybody eligible? And anyone that's unemployed?
Anyone that's in receipt of a benefit go to their Centrelink office or their Job Network member, and then they'll assess them and then refer them across to a NEIS provider.
So benefit, unemployment benefit.
Unemployment benefits, yes.
Adrian, you're one of the success stories. Now tell us how you set up your own business and it's just growing.
Yep, certainly. 6 years ago, I was unemployed for several months. I'd been through lots of different jobs. Having trained as a landscape designer, I found it, I couldn't get the right position to suit me, and I ended up unemployed, and so came and saw David and joined the NEIS program.
Okay, now how did it benefit you?
Well, the 6 weeks, as David mentioned, is devoted entirely to business planning and investigating your market and going through all the research and development for preparing you to start your business and getting you through that first 2 years of working for yourself. It gave me a blueprint for that first years, and rather than getting lost, I knew where I was going and was able to get there.
And gave you cash flow for that first year?
Certainly. It's so much. It makes it a lot easier to work, knowing that your rent's covered and some of your bills as well, and it leaves you the freedom to try and earn as much as possible and build your business to where you want to go to.
And have a support and the backup and all of those things. David, you mentioned earlier that it's only people who are on unemployment, who are on benefits.
That's right.
What happens if somebody is not, they might have had a payout from their company?
Sure.
Is there any assistance to them?
There is. What they need to tap into is the BEC network, which is 110 BECs around Australia, and they support anyone out there they're unemployed to come in and sit down and talk through the idea. We've then got tap into the ATO, IP Australia. We talk to them about business planning, record keeping. They can come back as many times as they like. Also through the NEIS program, they do get 12 months mentoring provided. They get a mentor assigned to them to help them through those brick walls. So that support through the BEC network is out there for anyone that's looking at starting a business.
Brilliant.
And as David was saying, BECs are very grassroots, they're very community-based. When he said, you put your idea in front of a panel of business people, it's not a whole bunch of flash people in the capital cities, it's in your local community. So it's very friendly, it's very hands-on, and you get that cash flow. It's one of those schemes that you think, gee, more people should know about this because it helps a lot. So good on you, David.
Thanks, David. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good to see you. Oh, will you join our Reject the Recession 10% to Sunrise viewers?
Oh, certainly, certainly. Will you take us up on our offer of 10% off our landscape design service, Kochie?
Absolutely. wait until you see my garden. You will regret it.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, thank you both for joining us.
Our pleasure.
And really, really appreciate it. And Adrian, all the best with the
Thanks
business.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a great scheme.
Well, next hour on The Morning Show, Larry and Kylie go relationship myth busting. Plus, soon a reminder on how you can get the retailing discounts we've been talking about with ecodesign and all the other businesses just by being a Sunrise family member.
And next, this morning's headlines and today's whether you're watching Sunrise. You're rejecting Sunrise, hopefully. You're watching Sunrise. We're rejecting the recession. And also, tomorrow we have Andre Rieu's only Australian TV performance. Tomorrow, just for Mum, ahead of Mother's Day.